All right, we have a game between Eagle Handy and thomas4891. So this is a rated game on Arabia. So Handy has gone the cumins, seems to be a flavour of the month for Handy these days. And in yellow, we have Thomas going as the Koreans. So Koreans are great at towers. They get automatic tower upgrades each age. So one to consider if you're a fan of the Tower Rush. Koreans are your go-to civ for that. So Handy with Cumins is more than likely looking to do the 2TC boom as soon as he gets to feudal. Try and boom with villages and get to castle as quickly as he can, and then come out with lots of knights that he can afford with all the extra villages that he's built and made during that time. So it looks like he's found two of the extra sheep. He's got another couple of sheep scouting, and the other sheep are yet to be found. And well, he's found one of them, but left one of them behind up here. I'm sure he'll go back and get that one. So meanwhile, Thomas has also opted to scout with the sheep, and yet to find the extra sheep. So he's got a couple here that he does know about. He just needs to go and get them. And the other two up here he's yet to find. So there he goes to pick up those two sheep straight away. And he'll bring them into the TC for roasting and consumption. All right, so a little bit of idle time for each player. 15 seconds for blue, 20 seconds for yellow. So it's in the order of not quite a vil each, but it's just delaying things slightly, but nothing to be concerned about, especially since they both have that idle time. So no loom for either player just yet. Still got their 100 wood each, 100 gold each. Yellow opting for 4 on the wood line. So that's potentially signalling that he wants some early towers. Possibly even some early archers. Or it could just be a misclick and didn't mean to do anything at all by it. So Handy continuing to scout there. Let's see how much of the map he has figured out. So reasonable part of the map so far. He's found a relic over here. Putting berries down now. Found a second relic there. So good scouting by blue. Contrast. Let's have a look at yellow. It's not quite as much, but certainly knows his local geography. And he's opted to bring in some deer. So pushing some deer is going to help with the food. Help yellow get up a little bit earlier than usual. And could help with any rush of the cumin player. So Handy looking to start the walls early. So he needed a house, but decided just to put a second house here and just close off that area. So no surprises coming through that forest. So yeah, in terms of the map then, so blue has a fantastic concentric circle of forest here. So very easy to wall off that area. Little awkward to put the wall behind the gold line. So you might choose to go in front of it, knowing that he's got this gold here. But that gold is forward and on a tricky position, really. Ideally, like to be at the sides or the back, like this stone. And there is quite an expanse out to the front, so that's going to have to be some sort of mega wall if he wants to go and wall that area there. Meanwhile, yellow, probably much better map of the two. So back gold and side stone, which is easily defendable with a wall. And then also some gold and trees just to help with the walling line there. and can wall to the edge of the map there. So map-wise, I think yellow has probably a nicer map. And so, yep, so blue is going to forget about that gold for now. So he's going to have to make sure he picks up this front gold here. Otherwise, there's going to be problems down the track when he's trying to go to castle. In any case, yellow is up. So he'll be at feudal in 20 seconds. A little bit behind that will be blue. And so now we see the Great Wall come in now from blue. So yellow already has the barracks up. Blue now has discovered where yellow is. So we got lots on wood for yellow. It's making the archery range now, so could see some archers come out quickly. Meanwhile, blue has slammed down the second TC, as you would expect from humans, to make the most of their main civilization bonus, so they can boom through this period, get a massive village lead, and hopefully do something with that economy in early castle to crush the opponent. So yellow certainly has a good look at everything that blue's doing. So it doesn't know where the second TC is, but certainly knows where this one is, knows where the wood line is. Hasn't found out about the front gold. So double archery range from yellow. And producing out of one of them. So he'll be looking to get both of those producing. So most of the economy is on wood and gold. He's got 6 on food just to keep the town centre ticking over. But it looks like this is going to be a full-on feudal archery play. Yep, so both of the archery ranges are producing now. So Handy's still going with the wall, and he's going to get some early pressure by a scout, an archer, and the spear. So first kill of the game. So that's a good pickup from yellow. So no real reaction from blue. His food on the berries is now under attack, but he's opting to just fight that off. So good disruption from yellow here, preventing blue from continuing to work. All the while, he's streaming more and more archers across the map. So not quite a constant production out of both, but good enough. So 4 archers here, so causing quite a little bit of annoyance here to the economy. So we had some villagers garrisoned there for protection, and just parked just outside the firing line of the TC. Very annoying, just hitting away at these farms. Ideally, probably take them around to the wood line, start disrupting these wood choppers here. It seems mostly concerned with the front of the base. Might just be waiting for a few more recruits to come along. But he's certainly stopping the expansion of the Cumans, who's only just now going into some production buildings. And he's got a heck of a lot of idle TC time now. So this early raid has really distracted blue. So you really want to have, you know, Cumans would expect to be a lot more vills ahead by now. It's only 3 vills in it. A lot of idle time. Forcing to have to garrison from all these archers. 10 archers. Could probably almost one-shot some of these vills. So blue has to be careful here. So he's not even attempting to fight back. He's just hoping to push through. He does have each town centre working. 15 on food. Is going to start building up the food now and keeping these 2 TCs going. So there's still just the 1 kill out of this push. But he does force Handy to keep a couple in the town centre just so they can fire out arrows. And anticipating the circle around, Handy's actually taking some of the wood collectors over to this safer wood line here. So coming in very close now, there'll be obviously some Vil kills here, just a matter of how many. So at least 1 went down. Handy has managed to save the rest of them. So constantly having to move around is not good. 42 to 34, the Vil count. So getting a little bit of ahead, but he's having to work very hard just to keep them alive. And so he's lost 2 now to this archer attack. But Handy has managed to kill a few archers there, so definitely the scout went down. And probably the spear. But plenty of villages are garrisoned here, so there's a whole like 5, 6, 7 there. So resources collected. He's actually behind the Koreans now. So this push has done an amazing job. So blue is kind of on the ropes, I'd expect. So he realizes he needs this gold. Doesn't have a chance to go up to the next stage. Meanwhile, let's just take a look back at at yellow here. So he's got plenty on the gold. Quite a well-balanced eco here. So he'll just be building up to go to castle with this kind of eco. Meanwhile, causing all sorts of strife here. So potentially a little bit of a wasted play here, as we see some skirms finally come out for blue to try and chase away some of these archers. So these archers do the most damage at this point, either getting closer to the wood line, start harassing some of those Vils there, or loop around and start taking out this gold. So as it stands, he's giving blue a really good shot to get back into this game. So he's 10 Vils ahead now. Still not quite ready to go up to castle. Still needs a couple of 100 food. That's going to come in pretty quickly with the 20 Vils on farms. And so I think yellow has now clicked up. So this is a lot better now. So pressuring the wood line from the left. And so blue is forced to get the fletching, which has just come in. So it's going to buy him a little bit more space, but Vils are still going down. So 4 Vil kills to yellow. Make that 5. So still, it's not the lead in economy that blue expected to have playing as the Cumans. This has been really good pressure from yellow. Forced into a 3rd tower. So probably a smarter play from yellow, and damn lucky for blue is that the Korean player hasn't put towers here. I think if the Koreans had towers, I think this game would be over. He would have denied the gold from here. And instead, he's just, well, I don't know, I guess he's waiting for castle to upgrade his units here to crossbow. But he's giving blue way too much time to get back into this game. Still hasn't clicked up. Still investing into the economy. So meanwhile, back at home, I think it's probably just waiting for castle to come in, and we'll see the upgrade to crossbow out of here very quickly. Yep. Here we go. So Handy is going up to castle now. But I think he's been given a lifeline here. So 56 Vils to 42. The idle TC time is off the chart though, so this is not what you want to see as Cumin player due to all the pressure from yellow. Now Howes, so he's got to do some panic building houses. And I think he's just a bit frazzled, like, so villagers garrisoned in here unnecessarily. Villagers still garrisoned in here unnecessarily. So quite a low work rate, like, you know, around the 60%. Surprisingly, not that great for yellow as well. Not quite sure why that is. But I think the main problem here for blue is that he didn't get the wall down quick enough. So he's been playing open this whole game, which has allowed, you know, yellow to do so much pressure. But yellow really hasn't capitalized on this pressure since it first came along. Handy's going to be in castle in 30 seconds. Possibly going for a skirm play. Or, yep, okay, so he's going to be countering with skirms. Hasn't bothered to make any stables yet, which is normally what you'd want to see out of Cumins. But so we've got 4 skirms on the field, 7 in queue. Going for a third TC. So yellow on 2 TCs. Vil count is dead even, 50 to 49. And that TC is denied. He's going to have to bring these skirms in to start pushing these back, but these are crossbow. So they will have a better chance against these skirms. Probably should have just stayed there and fought that fight. But going for the hill. So blue, it's got Bodkin coming in, so it's going to help the skirms and the towers. So this little party of 10 archers is probably not going to do very much anymore. And yellow, I'm wondering what the next part of his plan is. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be some siege now. So, siege and some monks. No doubt just going to grab that relic while it's there. Alright, so yellow shoots his way out of the wall. Didn't fancy the chances under the TC there. So, Mangonel is on the move. Is in range of the tower. Skirms are going to pick these off if they can avoid the Mangonel, which they do. Good micro there from blue. Manages to get away there. Put a couple of shots on the Mangonel. And now we've got the stables going down. So if blue can get some knights out on the field, it'll need to be enough knights because there are 24 archers here. So 13 skirms, elite skirm is coming in. Already going for the horse archer without any horses on the field, so is committed to that play. So 3 Mangonels with a lot of cover fire, but he just can't get in far enough here. He needs Bodkin himself. So it's a missing upgrade from yellow. It's really hurting him right now. And so blue is going the forging upgrade. Still doesn't have any knights coming out yet. Villager-wise, it's been like a very even game all game. And Handy's just heading out to the back here to get this back gold. Smart play to keep some gold coming in. He's been completely pushed off this one now. So yellow with massive army lead. Only now we're starting to get some knights come out. So blue just letting yellow have it. Wants to build up a decent army off to the left here. There's a monk there healing up everyone. So Mangonel's making quick work of this wall and going in and going to be able to take out these towers pretty quickly. So there are 7 knights in queue, plus the 3 on the field, so 10 knights and a dozen elite skirms. That might pose a bit of a problem. So Handy's decided to go in now. He can't wait any longer. So what's he doing here? So he's sending the knights around the back and spending the skirms around to the back. So he's discovered this little outcrop now of settlement. Been cornered a little bit. So, okay, so the knights are going after the mangonels now. They've split off from the main group. Skirms are going to take out the archers. Another side attack from the knights, and all the mangonels are gone. All the siege is gone. And now yellow has only the archers facing a few knights, with more knights coming out and skirms. So that's evened up the playing field a little bit. Handy just taking out a couple of the villagers there, forward vills. So blue's still not out of the woods here, but that was a bit of an equalising moment, I feel. So yellow still hasn't really expanded here. He's still got some gold. He's going to go for another TC now. Still committed to the archers, it looks like. Right, and now, so blue is on the move now. So avoiding this whole confrontation area and going back home to see what he can find. So finds a little bit more military there. He's going to leave that alone. So the best thing to do is just to go into the eco and at least see what's there. Even if this set of knights doesn't do any damage, just getting some information can really, really help. And so yellow reacts quickly, loses a couple of vills though, or just a single vill. 23 vills killed for yellow versus only 3 for blue. So Handy now has a defensive castle up, so that's going to help him a lot. A lot of idle vills there though. 17 idols. Same amount, even more idle at the moment because of the raid for yellow. And now yellow decides he also needs another defensive castle. It's a close game. Score-wise, it is extremely close now. So Handy just camped here. Decides that he can't do any meaningful raiding. So it's probably a time when players are probably thinking about Imperial. So Handy doesn't have enough food. Yellow has the food but not enough gold. So the markets could help out here. Wheelbarrow coming in now for yellow. So slight field lead now for blue. And it looks like he's going to clean up this forward base area. So going to lose that relic there. So yellow just loses a couple of stray units into this main army. Does have the bigger army though, but unwilling to use it at the moment. I think he's scared of this composition. So the skirms and some knights, He is bringing in the... Yep, bringing in the halberdier now. Or pike. So Imp is on the way for yellow. So I think he's just biding his time. Wants stronger upgraded units before he takes this fight. But he's moving into position now. Maybe decides that this is the time. Alright, so let's see what happens here now. So Handy caught off guard with the pikes and he runs away. Decides he doesn't need to take that fight. And he's not hanging around. He is out of there. So yellow probably could have pursued. So now we've got a creeping castle from Handy, protecting this gold, this town centre. Even into some of the wood line there. So yellow kind of cut off from getting back to the eco now. Unless he loops around. So we do have yellow expanding out to the sides now. Going into Cav for himself now. So I don't think he knows about that castle. And it's just about to go up. And so he backs away. Loses a little bit in the process. That mangonel is still quite weak from before. Ideally needs to get a Vil onto that, fix him up. But it's difficult to focus on that detail when there's a lot going on. So Imperial is in for yellow. Imperial is a minute away for blue. Trebs are on the way out of this castle and this castle. So 3 Trebs on the way. No doubt this is the target. And so Handy's preemptively getting another castle down. I'd say he wants Trebs out straight away as well. So I dare say yellow has a stronger position here. Trying to go in for a bit of a raid, but not much going to happen there. Defensive castle takes that one out. And so ballistics are in for blue. So that helped with the protection there. Looks like ballistics are not in for yellow, which is a huge mistake. That many archers, that can't be right. No ballistics. Okay. Alright, so Treb war begins. As Imperial comes in for Handy, he's straight on to upgrading the horses. So he wants Cavalier in. But forced to engage. I'd say he's just going to take out the siege and Treb and then run away. So that's the issue with just sending out 1 Treb. Wait, there were more in... There were more Trebs, weren't there? Surely. Oh, is it stuck? Oh dear. I think the Treb is stuck there. Okay, so that's a little unfortunate. Oh well. So he's got 1 inside. I wonder why that is. So yellow just losing focus a little bit, letting blue get back into the game. He now has 2 Trebs on the field, 3 Trebs, and another one on the way, I believe. So 4 Trebs is the magic number. And now he has Cavalier in. And decides that he's going to completely bypass the main fighting area and go to the sides and try and hit the eco. So Trebs, looks like Trebs are targeting some of the production buildings back here. Skirms are taking out the archers. So, wow, so who wins this? So Trebs are taking out this castle here from yellow. Blue has decided to... so blue needs to get onto this castle here and needs to deal with these Trebs. So plenty of skirms coming out, plenty of knights, cavalry coming out. Even light cav he has coming out. So good replacement of army now. So 51 army out even after that big skirmish there to 27. So yellow, just not quite as good management today in the moment. It's allowing blue to replenish these forces, get back into the position and keep pressuring. So yellow is escaping to this gold out to the side. These Cavalier run straight through, so they've forgotten about these Trebs. Although nothing's really in range of those Trebs, they need to be packed up and moved. But all the damage has been done down here now. So Mangonel coming over. That's going to get cleaned up by those Cav. And this castle is in real trouble now. Town centre's gone down. Raiding on the farms. So most villagers are going to die there. But meanwhile, oh my gosh, Handy has lost all his farm eco. And he's down to 30 vills. So Handy, with the tunnel vision of the fight, has allowed his whole eco to be taken out. The only thing that saved it was his castle. But he does have 81 military on the field, compared to 14. He hasn't even noticed this. Meanwhile, yellow is losing everything. Still got 79 vills though, so ultimate trade-off. So yellow has economy, blue has military. What do you prefer to have in this stage of the game? And he still hasn't realised he doesn't have food coming in. So it's like he's bet the bank on the army he has on the field. So this castle is going to go down. So quite spread out now. The fight is everywhere. And so I think Handy's just realised that he has no farms and has started to get vills back out now. So the raids are still happening from yellow. Good position for this castle, protecting the stone on the hill. So the forces have consolidated a bit more now. So still only 12, dropping to 10 military for yellow. So it looks like blue probably has this one now. Getting the vill count back up. Food's coming in again. Still has most of the army. There's just nothing else out there that can really touch this army at the moment. Getting another protective castle in place. So plenty on gold, but just doesn't have the production buildings, yellow, to actually bring anything else out. Very low on food, very low on wood. So I think this one is looking like going to blue. So that's the last of the raid. It's taken care of. Alright, Handy's got another TC going up here for that gold, but it doesn't matter. So yellow has called it. And wow, what a game. So so this feels like yellow should have won this a long time ago. So back in feudal, when there was, let's see if we can go back. So the pressure from the archers was just first class. And this moment here, making this wall didn't get finished. I think that's what started it. And then bringing archers over straight away. Just always kept blue on the back foot here. So in hindsight, maybe the wall all the way out here was the wrong play. Maybe bring it a bit tighter. Maybe instead of building the TC here on the front on the stone, building it back here on this gold. So it might have been easier to wall around this way and then across a little bit this way. It just feels like there was too much wall to be built in too little time. And it was good pressure by yellow here. So for the longest time, blue was pinned down, idle veils, even losing veils. But it's really probably about this moment here where yellow just sat back and let blue get back into this game. So getting to castle first, probably producing some knights. Why he didn't even produce his own towers, being Koreans, is probably the biggest mistake of this game. So a ring of towers around the front here, while Handy was too busy building up, probably would have won this game. But as it worked out, so Handy being able to get to castle, and then a nice play to take out these mangonel, I think was probably the turning point for the game. So I think that scared yellow a little bit, pushed back, probably should have attacked. If he kept attacking, I think blue would have been done. But as it was, once Handy got to late castle, started to spam out the units, I think that really got him back into the game and was able to just handle all the encounters a bit better. But yeah, I think that was yellow's game to lose, which he did. Snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, as they say. And, well, a win is a win. So, well played, blue. And better luck next time, yellow. All right, till the next one.